going on, everybody? Tywin the Vile here again, bringing you the final chapter in the Spiral Episode 1 iOS game. If you remember, we just escaped the police headquarters with the Advent Front terrorist group and the Battery Corps. So now we gotta protect the train as we try and escape the city with the Battery Corps intact. So we get to fight, the helicopter. This is a pretty decent ending to the game. It's a very frantic, fast-paced level. Lots of enemies, and a pretty epic boss battle at the end that you'll see here. So I died there, obviously. Alright, so we'll try that again. So the key, again, to fighting people in big groups is to use your defensive attacks. Either hold down on your character and do the defensive burst, or when you see an exclamation point above their heads, you can do a counter attack, and that's how you can survive being trapped in the middle of a huge group. And of course, you can just double tap to an open space to dash that space to try to avoid being hit as well. So now we need to go help the rest of the men in the rear, passenger car of the train, more police helicopters after us. So if you remember at the beginning, the very first chapter, we get attacked by a police hovercopter, and we were wondering how the terrorist group got the helicopters. Well, it's because they were working with the police department at first. So they were double-crossed by Detective Noir. Now we're working with the terrorist group to take down the government and stop Detective Noir from having the Battery Corps in his possession. And towards the end of this level, we're gonna see exactly why the detective wants the Battery Corps for his own personal gain. There's a reason that kind of ties together the story a little bit, but also leaves us on a pretty big cliffhanger. So, using some super moves, use defensive blast. The super moves are pretty cool animation. Like I said in an earlier video, though, I wish there were a bit more of them. But they could add more in an update. This game just came out earlier in June, so there could be updates along the way to the game. We just felt a strong power surge from the Battery Corps in the front of the train, so now we gotta go check out what's going on with that. Once we take out the helicopter here, we'll be able to investigate what's going on with the Battery Corps. Just a reminder, when you see that little shield come up on the helicopter, do a charge shot by tapping and holding on the enemy, and that will blast a more powerful shot to disrupt his shield. almost to the train station, but this other trains keep following us, dropping off police officers to try and stop us. Oh my god, they're getting tied again. But they're getting a lot stronger. Than they had been. These guys in the darker uniforms with with the guns. You get hit with one of their blasts from their guns, it takes out a pretty good amount of health. You want to make sure you can try to avoid those at all costs. Just doing a lot of evasive maneuvers and waiting for the right time to attack is going to keep you alive. You can't just charge in full blast, just attacking everyone, or you will find yourself dead pretty quickly. Even, see, look at that blast that he hit me with his gun, took me down like a third of my health in one hit. So they are pretty powerful. You gotta watch out when you see them aiming on you with their little laser sight. Dash out of the way so as not to get hit by their gun. So now the battery core has turned all those Advent front members into these entropies you'll have to take out now. So clearly, if you remember from earlier videos, there's something called the spiral virus going around, and clearly this battery core, whatever energy source it is, seems to be the cause, or at least partly the cause, of what's known as the spiral virus, which is making these entropies. But I have a feeling it's also what's giving us our power in a way. These guys are beasts. The ones that have the big energy swords, you can't really blast them away with your defensive blast, so you have to just dodge out of the way until you can get a clear shot at them. As you can see here, I'm doing a lot more evasive maneuvers because they are a lot more powerful. These entropies are a lot more powerful than just your typical police officer, obviously. And as you saw there, that big pink blast, if you get hit with one of those, it'll bring your health down a lot. This finishing move, or this special move should finish him off there. Thankfully, he was almost dead. Now we can go check out the battery core and see what's going on with it. So in an attempt to absorb its energy, we stuck our hand inside the core, and now it's talking to us. We find out we are a Technicus, and there's something called an Alpha Technicus, and we're of that line, but we need to find all the parts of the battery core to become the full Alpha Technicus again. So we found that part and absorbed its energy, and now we have this cool looking energy bracelet or whatever on our arm, because we have gotten more powerful now, because we have absorbed some energy that was originally ours in a past life or a previous part of our life. So now we get to fight Detective Noir again. Last time I fought him, the footage got corrupted, so you weren't able to see the fight, but it didn't matter that time because he just knocks you out. You can't even hurt him. But now, because we have the new power of the battery core, we are powerful enough to actually take him on. he's still really strong, so you have to really make sure you avoid his direct hits and just wait. Gotta kind of be patient and dodge a little bit until you get a good opening to hit him, because he is a lot stronger, and it will not take very many hits for him to kill you if he gets the opportunity. So when he charges at you, just dash to the side away from him, get some distance. You can hit him with a few range shots, although if you can hit him with a close range or mid-range hit, the mid-range will be with your staff and the close range will be with your dual blades. Those will do the most damage, but also leaves you susceptible to getting hit by him. As you can see, he was just a couple hits brought us down to the red. Luckily, with this game, because you have Ava, she can heal you, so you heal automatically given times. If you get down to the red, just run away, dash away, and get some space between you and the enemy, and you'll be able to replenish your health and your stamina, which is the yellow bar. And stamina allows you to perform your moves. If you are out of stamina, you cannot attack. As you can see, he gets me down to the red a few times, but I'm able to dodge it enough. Alright, we got about a third of his health left to go. Was able to get a few close range hits on him there, which brought him down pretty good. But then I almost got myself killed as a result. I hope in future updates or future games in the series we get more fights with other Technicus, like Detective Noir is. He's clearly a Technicus because he has the same powers that we do. And these battles are much more exciting than just fighting the admin front or the few entropies or the police officers. In this game you only got two big fights. You got to fight the giant entropy, and then at the end you get to fight Detective Noir. So hopefully there's more fights like that in the future. But we got him. And now we're detecting more hovercopters on the way. Pan out and we see a shit ton of helicopters. All shooting missiles at us. And as we fall, we're reminiscing about everything we learned. And what looked like Colonel Falk came up to us. To be continued. So that was Spiral Episode 1. I hope you all enjoyed the videos as much as I enjoyed playing the game. If you have not checked this game out, I would highly recommend it. It's, in my opinion, one of the best action RPGs on the App Store. It's pretty fast-paced, also has a pretty good story, decent voice acting, and great graphics. So check it out if you get a chance. Comment below and like my videos. Until next time, this is Simon Bio.